Step outside the wall.
This is outside the wall. Outside the wall.
This is Outside the Walls, a podcast about breaking limiting beliefs and building a life that's actually yours through conversations about mindset, purpose, and life. I'm Dave Gast. Let's step outside the walls. Today, we're going to talk about something I've been thinking a lot about lately, and we don't talk about it enough. Not goals, not habits, not discipline. People, the ones you spend your time with, socially, work-related, or personal. Because whether you realize it or not, your circle is quietly shaping your life, your standards, your mindset, and even what you believe is possible. And the crazy part of this, most of us didn't choose our circles on purpose. We just ended up in it. A while back, I found myself in two completely different environments. Same week, same version of me, but two very different rooms. The first one, comfortable. Easy conversations, a lot of joking. A lot of talking about things, but not a lot of doing. And you know the type. Big ideas, low follow through. And I didn't feel bad there, but I didn't feel pushed. Then later that week, I was around a different group, and it felt different immediately. The conversations were deeper. People were talking about what they were building, what they were fixing, where they were struggling, and actually doing something about it. No one was trying to impress anybody, but you could feel the standard. And I remember leaving that room thinking, oh, all right, I've got some work to do. I need to step up my game. These are high performers, building legacies, impacting lives. However, I didn't feel it in a pressure way, in an honest way. Like I had seen a higher version of what's possible. Same me, different rooms, completely different energy. That's when it clicked. Your environment doesn't influence you. It reveals you. And we like to think we're independent, that we make our own decisions, that we're not affected by people around us. But that's just not how it works. You rise or settle based on what you're around consistently. And if your circle normalizes excuses, you'll start justifying yours. And if your circle avoids hard conversations, you'll keep things at surface level too. And if your circle plays small, you'll start shrinking without even noticing. But the opposite is also true. If your circle values growth, you'll grow. If your circle takes action, you'll move. And if your circle is honest, you'll start being real with yourself. That's the power of a tribe. And it is not about cutting people off left and right. That's not it. It's about awareness. It's about asking who brings out the best in me and who keeps me comfortable in a way that's holding me back. Because comfort can look like a connection, but still cost you growth. And that's a trade most people don't even realize they're making. And here's something else I've learned. The right circle doesn't just celebrate you. They challenge you. They call you out without tearing you down. They expect more of you because they see more in you. And I joined a couple different groups recently, and believe me, it feels a little uncomfortable in some of those rooms, and that's a good thing. And that because that's where growth lives, not in constant agreement, not in easy conversations, but in honest ones. The kinds that make you pause for a second, that make you think, yeah, you're walking away going, yeah, they're right. That's a real circle. That's a real tribe. So let that sink in a bit and something to chew on. Take a look at your circle, not from a place of judgment, just awareness. Who are the people you spend most time with? What do they talk about? What do they value? What do they tolerate? Because over time, that becomes your standard. And if you want to grow and if you want to get more out of life, You don't just change your habits, you upgrade your environment. So get in rooms that stretch you. Spend time with people who are building, people who are honest, people who aren't afraid to expect more of you. And here's the key. You become that person too, because the best circles, they're not one-sided. You don't just take from them, you contribute, you show up, and you raise the standard right alongside them. That's how real tribes are built. And when you find that, it is magic. Everything changes. Your mindset sharpens. Your actions tighten up. Your excuses start disappearing. Not because someone forced you, but because that's not how things are done in that environment. That's the power of your circle. So choose it carefully, build it intentionally, and don't settle for environments that keep you small. Because when you get around the right people, you don't just grow faster, you grow better. And that's how you build something real outside the walls.
This is outside the wall. Outside the wall.
Thanks for spending some time with me today. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe, like, and share with someone who you feel would benefit from hearing this message. I'm Dave Gast. Keep stepping outside the walls.